We also got our ladder bars welded on the frame here. We had some prototype axle mounts earlier, and then you can also see a little bit of the filter hanging down here. We got our fast pump welded up to the inside of the frame. So a couple little things that got done. Some more of this stuff got finished welded along the way. Aluminum has a tendency of cracking your corners out and stuff like that right where the weld's at. So the way we designed this tank, we actually have all these corners are bent and returned in like 1.5 inches to the one direction, so it's fully welded inside and outside, not on the corner on the inside, but on the corner on the outside. And then we did the same thing with the lid. The lid kind of slipped over. So it creates a lot of structure to the tank. Sure. You can kind of see here, you can see the weld line here. So there's this side plate was actually bent to a 90, welded up fully on the inside and then again on the outside. So that should help it. It should really be a tank that's gonna not fall apart on us and create any problems down the road. So over here we got our fuse box mounted, and we did this a little bit differently than my truck. On mine, I had it set back in the fender and I kind of cut a little hole out in the fender. So on yours, we thought about it a little more, decided to take the battery and put it somewhere else in the truck. We've got a spare tire pocket in the back. We've got it under the seat possibility. With those options available to us, we were able to put the fuse box up in front behind the headlight. And it folds out just like factory. It's on these little pins. Awesome. So you can access it just like you would in a regular, LBZ truck. Okay. It's going to clear the hood spring. It's going to be under the hood. It's going to be a little bit more easily accessible, stuff like that. We had to shorten up a bunch of wires that were obviously too long compared to how this fuse box would have been on the factory truck. We kind of simplified the harness, and then everything that was left went through these 2 twist lock connectors, which took place at the bail connectors, and then on into the fuse box or the ECM, the TCM, wherever it was going.
And these obviously come off pretty easy. So
yeah, yep. So it's just a twist connector. It's got some really nice pins in there, and they work really well. Deutsch is the brand of it, and it's a pretty high-end connector that's used on marine and boats and auto sport stuff like that.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it'd be easy for the guys at the body shop when they pull the battery.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. And then we actually have these are actually color coded. So you got your upper and your lower. We've got a blue and a green. So perfect. It's pretty straightforward, just like it would be if it was in the factory. Excellent. But it's just a little nicer looking. So we used our 2 cross members, which hold down the back of the chassis. The back of the body to the chassis, and we took a 3-inch wide by 1/2 inch thick plate and we drilled and tapped it, welded them in to create the mounting point for our saddles that are going to hold up the fuel tank. We got our fuel cell bolted up here. Fits pretty clean between the frame rails, and it bolts up to our cross members that we have in here that held the body down in the chassis. We're going to have some 1/8 inch rubber around here. So we got our exhaust hangers all put here. Actually, what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to bend this forward, I think. I don't remember what we had decided.
To make that bracket.
But something was going to get changed. Yeah, because we ended up being a little bit tighter here than I wanted to be.
Sure. Maybe drive this thing these days.
A little excitement going now. It's more of a vehicle than a bunch of pieces.
Absolutely.